We are driving a car that's not totally unfamiliar to me. Now, about 2-3 years ago, the Honda Fit launched and it completely replaced the Honda Jazz, which we know very well. Now, this car specifically is the top derivative for the most expensive of the range, and it costs 544,000 Rand. Now, this entry-level model is not this car, because this is in fact the hybrid. It costs around 380,000 Rand. But I think the big jump in the price really can open up for a whole lot of different options in this in that price range. So if this is your first time watching, my name is Muhammad Fakier and we are reviewing, we're going to check out the Honda Fit Hybrid. So this vehicle we are driving is the Honda Fit. It is, like I said, the eCVT. So this is the electric CVT vehicle, and this has still the same Honda sensing features that you'll get on across the range. So even if on the entry level comfort model, but you are obviously going to get the more fuel efficient experience. This specific vehicle is offering around 3.7, or advertised or boasts on the pamphlet. On the spec sheet, you're gonna get 3.7 liters per 100 kilometers. But I must say, I'm getting 5 liters per 100 kilometers, which I think is extremely amazing, and especially, of course, in the South African economy, that is a big win. Of course, it's not a plug-in hybrid, so this vehicle will be charged as you drive. I also want to mention that, yeah, this is still the 1.5 liter petrol engine with the addition of the battery, which makes this car, of course, the hybrid, and that means that you don't get the 80 kilowatts of power in this vehicle. You get an extra 10 kilowatts of power in this vehicle, which means that you get a total of 90 kilowatts of power. That's correct math for this, if you did try to figure that one out. This vehicle, of course, has the more streamlined design finishes with, of course, that more detail, high lines, and kind of that dynamic looking finish. It's kind of more sharp in the front compared to the previous Jazz, of course, and I must say it definitely works out. What's also very nice is you've got this on the exterior, on the windscreen. You've got the kind of immersive driving experience, because the panels, they've got the windscreen on the front, but also in front you've got these two kind of windows, almost like, yeah, it's giving you this 3D experience in the drive, which is, of course, very, very nice. You don't have an electric tailgate or boot, sorry, so yeah, you're gonna have to, of course, manually open and close the boot, but you have your wireless or keyless entry, push to start, which is, of course, nice. And also, heading onto the interior, you've got heated seats. On that heated seats, you've got the cloth and a mixture of your leather finishes on your interior, which is a very nice added bonus on this price range, on this vehicle, sorry, in the segment. But on the price range, I mean, they could have gone full leather. The steering wheel is leather, which is very nice, a 9-inch beautiful infotainment display, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as a wireless charger. What I do also like is that you've got multiple cup holders. So you've got a cup holder in the front for the for the driver, but in the passenger seat as well in the front. And then also you've got your console, your center compartments as well, your glove box, 2 glove boxes, and then also the cup holders here in the front. Additionally, you also have your armrest on this model, and then cup holders for the passengers in the back as well, or in the rear. So that's pretty awesome. I do think at 544,000 Rand, which I want to reiterate the price, they could have added like blind spot monitors, which, I mean, it should, yeah, we should be getting that. Every bell and whistle you can think of, we should be getting. Although, of course, they added the heated seats for the front passengers, or the front seats, which is, of course, much. It's very nice, especially in the European market and very cold winters, I guess, in the Western Cape. But yeah, I do think every single bell and whistle, like I mentioned, blind spot monitors, folding mirrors, a sunroof, everything should have been thought out for this segment of vehicle in that price range. Anyway, the car drives absolutely amazing. As per usual, I'm not a fan of the CVT noise, but if you do control your foot like the way I'm doing, you don't get this noise. But I'm gonna play the noise for you now as I just put my foot flat down on the accelerator. Yeah, so the CVT just makes adds a bit of that noise because it really tries to get that bar to work and move as fast as possible to get you into that higher revs. But you know, as you pace your foot, you can get a very good driving experience on this vehicle. I think this vehicle is very familiar to many. I don't need to punt it more. If you do have 544,000 Rand, would I recommend this car? I think you could buy a Polo, an automatic Polo, to be honest. Also within this brand, Honda, for those Honda fans, don't go for the Jazz, don't go for this Honda Fit. I think I would choose a BRV. Yeah, what are your thoughts? I would maybe choose a BRV, getting the higher suspension or ground clearance yeah, for in the Honda range, and you're still getting a Honda. So I mean, you're still gonna have your brand preference, but overall, you will also have the Honda sensing. You're gonna get a bigger vehicle, SUV kind of feel, and I know that is what South Africans want. But I can tell you what I have noticed, there's an increase of Honda Fits on the road. Probably not the hybrid because of the price, but I think it's because the rear is just so roomy and cozy, and that's what every passenger says that I've driven with in this car. But additionally to that is that they trust the Jazz, they trusted at least the Jazz so much. There's so many other vehicles on the road, and Honda is just so reliable. I think that the Fit is just doing really well, no matter the derivative. If this is your first time watching, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I hope this helped your buying decision. Until next time, I'll catch you again. Bye.